Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mahalit, and if you're new here, welcome. We like to talk about engineering, cooking, hair, whatever, you name it. It's just whatever comes to mind. Today I'd like to discuss a little bit about my college experience and share some tips and tricks for any new women in engineering field going into college, just some things that I've learned along the way. I graduated in 2019 and I've been working since then, so I feel I've had enough experience to share a little bit of helpful tips that I've learned along the way. First up is something I hold dear to my heart, and it's balance. I think it's important to have social life. This is where you're going to meet some of your bestest friends and make memories. It's also important to balance that out with schoolwork because this is where you create your foundation to build your career. So I think it's important to learn how to balance those two and have fun while you're in school. Second one I would say is to meet with your guidance counselor. I know they're not always helpful, but you really got to try and find the best counselor you can get to kind of map out your 4 to 5 year plan. I had struggled to figure out when I would graduate. Some classes are offered in the spring semester and some aren't offered in the fall. And if you don't take the classes, you can't enroll into the next because it's a prerequisite. So all those little things can make a huge difference. So I would say the sooner the better to go ahead and talk to your guidance counselor and utilize the resources you have on campus. Maybe you could even talk to other students and see what kind of map they have laid out for themselves as far as graduating on time, or on time is dependent on where you're at with your school, right? What kind of grades you come into college with and what level of math and whatnot. Third tip, let's get real. College isn't easy, let alone engineering in college is pretty difficult. You want to go in the mindset of knowing that some classes are going to be tough and you might fail. You might fail the entire class. And these classes are set in the curriculum to kind of weed out those students that don't make it through. And you have a certain limit to how many times you can retake the courses. I believe it's up to 3 times and you can still stay in the College of Engineering. However, I think it's important to never give up, just go after it, but don't let these failing grades and failing classes discourage you and, essentially weed you out of engineering school. It's meant to be challenging, it's meant to be hard, and you can get through it. And that brings me to tip number 4, which is seeking some sort of mentor in the school. I would say maybe someone with an authority figure. It could be an advisor of some sort. You want them to be your person to advocate for you in some of these classes because you can run into various challenges. It could be financial aid office challenges, it could be teachers or TAs, things of that sort. Be struggling with the class and have something else going on in your life that is making it really hard to get through school. They can kind of help advocate for you and pave the path for you to succeed in school. Not everyone has the same experience. For instance, I'm a child of an immigrant, so I had to figure out financial aid by myself, and I sought a lot of support from either other people who were aware of the financial aid system or some advisors from school. We had a student union that provided support for underprivileged students, so I would definitely recommend you join some sort of organization that can kind of help pave the way to help you get through engineering, especially if you're in a minority group and if you're just a lost person. It's always good to seek some sort of resources from the campus first, and of course have the support to be able to graduate on time. Finally, this is my last tip, is kind of related to the previous tip, but it's also to seek out mentorship from the work field. So I think it's important to see how your life would look like once you're done with school. I know if you're a freshman right now, that's probably not what you're thinking of. You're just trying to get through your school and graduate. But once you get through the school part, it's also another struggle to figure out what kind of field you want to go into, what you want to study, and spend essentially most of your time at work, and you want to make sure you're happy at your job. So I think it's important to seek mentorship from people who are already in the field and see how they like it, the good and the bad, see if that's something you want to do. So I would encourage you to maybe go on LinkedIn, find someone who's experienced, see if you can have coffee with them and learn a little bit about their day-to-day, what work looks like. I have graduated, like I said, in 2019, so I've been in the corporate world for about 4 years now, 4+ years probably. And I love talking to college students who are pursuing engineering. And on my TikTok page, I interact with them through messages, and I love to share some of the tips that I've learned. It's important to kind of seek out those people you aspire to be like, essentially, once you get out of college. I hope this tips and tricks helped you. If you're watching this, thank you so much. If you like this type of video, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.